Chapter 12. By the time we got to Phoenix, I was exhausted. I couldn't imagine another 3 hours in the car before I could lie down and get some real sleep. I convinced Devon to get a hotel room. I just wanted to curl up and feel his arms around me. The next day, on the drive between Phoenix and Safford, I tried to convince Devon to wait before going to see Ethan. Give it some time. Don't let your temper get in the way when you meet with the Theron. It's been more than 24 hours. My temper has cooled as far as it's going to. I'm just going to talk to him, nothing more. It's not talking I'm worried about. I'm afraid that in the heat of the moment, things will get out of hand and you'll get hurt. He picked up my hand where it lay on the seat between us and kissed the back. I'll try not to get hurt. He glanced at me. I love you, you know that, right? I couldn't help but smile. Both the gentle kiss and his open sentiment warmed me. Yes, I know you love me. He didn't stop at the apartment, instead going straight through town. Devon pulled into the driveway at the ranch where he had tested to make the enforcer team. I knew that Ethan didn't live there, and wondered how Devon expected to find him here. Ethan doesn't live here. I was confused. I didn't know where Ethan lived, but I knew it wasn't here. No, but I called him this morning and asked where he was going to be today. I told him I had something I needed to discuss with him, and I do. His face was grim. He pulled the car into the large open area and parked near the barn, beside an older model pickup similar to the one Devon usually drove. I want you to stay out of the way. Don't interfere, even if it looks bad. Promise me. He wouldn't let me get out of the car until I promised. We both got out and went in search Ethan. We found him under a large roof behind the barn, stacking hay. Hey! Ethan called from high on the stack as he caught sight of us. Come on down here. Devon looked up at him. I've got a bone to pick with you. Ethan started down the pile of hay bales. If this is about Troy, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was part of that damn group. Devon didn't reply. He waited until Ethan reached the ground and started moving. His first punch hit Ethan in the nose, and he was already swinging again, this time for the other man's jaw, all before I realized that this was going to be a fight, not a discussion, and got the hell out of the way. I didn't want to get struck on accident, and I'd promised. My heart jumped as Devon landed 2 more good blows before Ethan could shake off his surprise enough to react. Ethan pulled his left arm up to block Devon's next swing and used his right to jab back, hitting Devon in the jaw with his first blow. I felt a stinging ache in my own jaw and cringed. Devon stopped throwing punches. Instead, he spun around quickly, landing a roundhouse kick along the side of Ethan's head, stunning him. Elation flashed through me. Devon spoke in a low, furious voice. You sent a part of that damned supremacist group, which has spent the last 2 months harassing my mate, to protect her on an out-of-state trip. By the time he finished, Devon was all but snarling. Ethan stood, shaking his head from the last blow while Devon dropped low and used his foot to sweep Ethan's feet out from underneath him. The same group whose member was responsible for having her kidnapped last month. Devon continued. Ethan landed on his back hard. He rolled, gasping for breath as he made it to his feet. He staggered, staying out of Devon's reach long enough to shake off the worst of the last 2 blows, before heading back into the fight. He kicked, trying to hit Devon in his bad leg, the one that had gotten him discharged from the army. I stuck my fist in my mouth, biting down on my fingers to keep from shouting a warning. You sent one of them to protect my mate and the child she carries, and he tried to take them from me. Devon spit the words at the older man. Ethan paled at the mention of a child, but kept moving. He struck out once more, a blow meant to catch Devon in the throat. Devon twisted, avoiding the blow and elbowing Ethan in the ribs in one smooth move. I heard the sharp crack of bone breaking as Devon's elbow struck, and I knew Ethan had to be hurting, but he kept moving. My breath caught in my throat. Ethan dropped one arm and held it tight against his side as he tried again to kick Devon's wounded leg. The injury and the pain slowed Ethan, and Devon saw the blow coming. He easily stepped out of the way again and used his fist on Ethan's jaw, catching him with 2 quick jabs. He could have killed them. The only reason I'm willing to let you live is because they're still here and unharmed. He shoved Ethan backwards hard, pushing him away and knocking him to the ground again. Devon turned and started for the car. I hurried to get there before he did. Obviously, we were leaving now.